Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Heather and I am a homeschooling mom of 3 kids, elementary, middle, and high school age. Today is going to be kind of a vlog day, sort of. We are starting our Nanowrimo prep today, and yes, we have never prepped for Nanowrimo. If you don't know what Nanowrimo is, it is National Novel Writing Month. This is going to be the 6th year that I'm going to be using this as our English and language arts, I'm not going to say curriculum, but activity for November. I have participated in Nanowrimo as an adult as well, where you are writing a 50,000 word novel in the month of November. First draft. Really rough draft, but it is something that my kids enjoy participating in. I have not completed a NaNoWriMo myself ever. I think the furthest I've gotten is about 40,000 words, which I think is pretty good. But in the past 5 years, I have mainly focused on helping Emma and Jack to work on their own stories / novels. I do have a video about how we use NaNoWriMo in our homeschool. I will leave a link in the description box. But yes, so last year they came out with these little study workbook things for about the 6 weeks prior to the start of NaNoWriMo. I printed them out last year and I thought that we would work through them in the month of November, but we didn't. We mainly just wrote. Even my youngest, Lucy, who is 7, participates. The word goal is very small for her, and she doesn't do the physical writing. She tells me the story and I just type it in a Word document for her. They do have an elementary workbook, but I think that that's overkill for her. But this is the middle high school version. You can buy it on Amazon or you can print it out for free. It's a free download on their website. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show you a little bit about this workbook, and then we will get into our day. Like I said, this is just a free PDF on their website, the youth section of NaNoWriMo, and you can download it and print it out and bind it or put it in a binder, whatever you choose. Or I think they're like $10 on Amazon if you want it to be printed and sent to you and bound already. So there is a table of contents. Now there is a calendar on the NaNoWriMo youth site that has which pages you go through for each day. I don't have that handy, but I do need to print that out. So it has a section for planning your novel, getting ready for NaNoWriMo, ready, set, write, and keep writing. I wrote a novel, now what? So the way that it works is you're going to compare a book that you've already read. You're going to take a model novel and then you're going to jot down things that you like, characters, how the novel is written, what if it's first or third or second person, multiple perspectives, etc. You're going to go through and answer these questions, and it's going to help you figure out what you like about the books that you read and what you want to include in your own novel. So typically what we do is we just brainstorm some ideas for a novel or a story at the end of October, and then we just write. Then it's more like a free writing thing, but this will give you some direction if you're looking for more direction. I thought it would be fun to work through this workbook. We'll see how it goes. I think that the questions are good. I don't know if the kids will really want to do so much about analyzing a novel that they have read. Again, this is the middle and high school version. I have downloaded the elementary version, but I have not looked at it. I'm assuming that it's very similar to this, but maybe more drawing involved. Yeah, and it's probably for more 3rd to 5th grade instead of the early elementary years, which is what Lucy is. Sparking an idea. Make a list of places and things that make you feel excited, inspired, or curious, and then write some different novel ideas. Now you're going to pick one of the novel ideas, set a timer for 5 minutes and free write, see if you get some ideas down on paper, creating interesting characters. There's all kinds of information in here, character questionnaires. This is really helpful if you're trying to, map out who the characters are in your novel or your story. It's good to just get your brain moving to answer some of these questions. Yes, so we're going to start working through this workbook. Again, I think it's about 6 weeks of time to go through all of this. It does have, let me see, it has a plot line, which is really good. And it goes through what a plot line is. This is excellent. We do this a lot for analysis already with our Sunlight Language Arts for Emma and Jack, working on a plot line, going through, and this just has some different language as to what each section is called. Yes, so let's see. Talks about setting, different settings that you like. And then there was another section I wanted to go through. Here we are. So then it talks about the word count goal, getting ready for NaNoWriMo. And this is more towards the end of October, I would say, as you're figuring out what you want to do for November. It has the word count goal, and then it has this calendar, which I think is really helpful, where you can go through and plan out when you're going to write and what your word count goal is, and then what you actually do down here on the bottom. It has a contract. Sometimes when you sign something, it gives you more accountability that you're making a contract with yourself. This stuff doesn't work for me personally because I am a rebel and tend to rebel against a lot of this stuff. Word count, cheer and chore coupons, your progress chart. That is my dog. And then it does have some more questions to get you going on the details and making sure that you're adding enough information. Just some ideas to get you going, which sometimes when you're free writing is very helpful, especially if you don't know exactly where you want to go. So that is what we're going to be working through, and we're starting that today. We'll see how it goes. My kids love writing, so that is really helpful. Not every kid loves writing, obviously, but this is a project where we don't spend a lot of time editing and revising and me going through each day's worth of writing with a critical eye. It is more about getting their writing voice out, practicing using the writing muscle so that they are able to write creatively and write for enjoyment. So that's where we're going to start today. We'll see how far we get. I am going to print out that calendar and see. I know that there is a calendar somewhere, and if I find it, I will link it for you in the description box so that you can have it as well. NaNoWriMo was always more of like a November 1st, you just start kind of thing. But as the years have gone on, there's been a lot more prep work for the adults, for the youth section, which I think is good. It's a little bit different than what I think the original purpose was, just to free write and see where you can go in a month. So it's a little bit different, but I think that this is good. It's a really good project for homeschooling. And it's something fun that we can all sit down and work on together. So we can all sit at the dining room table and just work on writing together. That's where we're going to start. This vlog has been a lot of me talking so far, but that's normal. Welcome to another year of NaNoWriMo.
Yay!
Second year of NaNoWriMo.
I'm hoping this year I'll actually get to finish my book.
This week, what we're going to be working on is what makes a novel a novel. And so we started to do this a little bit last year by choosing a model novel or a model book to use.
Yeah.
To kind of analyze what we liked, what we didn't like, things that we would change, that kind of stuff.
I chose Harry Potter, I think.
Yes, you did. So we're going to start that again this year because we're actually starting this 6 weeks prior to NaNoWriMo, which we've never done before.
Only 6 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe it's already almost October.
So what you're going to do today is you're going to pick your model novel, and then you're going to just answer some of the questions. This says, light up the noveling part of your brain, jot down a few sentences about what you loved or remember the most about your model novel. And then the next questions, you're going to just work through the next 8 questions, which is, who are the most important characters? Which character do you think is the most important? Why? What is the book mostly about? What is the central conflict or major problem? You guys will remember this from when we're doing our plot analysis with the plot line.
Mm-hmm.
So the plot line is later on in the book. There's a whole section on
Plot lines?
Plot lines. All of this stuff is going to kind of help you to figure out where you want to be starting.
I already have my entire book laid out.
You do?
Yeah.
How do you have that done already?
And I rolled a dice.
Language arts.
And I discovered I'm gonna write, what was it? A fantasy
underwater.
first person.
No, third person.
No. Oh yeah, a third person fantasy about
underwater.
yeah.
When did you guys decide this stuff?
Well, Jack wrote down a bunch of stuff and wrote dice numbers. So I rolled the dice.
All right. Well, we may end up changing our minds prior to.
Mom's like,
November
well, you guys just like
We're still,
totally.
guess what? We're still doing this. Okay. Whose perspective is the novel written from? Who's telling the story? Whether it's first, third, or second person, multiple perspectives. If you go back and forth between 2 narrators. How does the novel begin? Where and when does it take place generally? What is your favorite thing about this novel? So if you guys honestly have some ideas already,
Yeah,
and you
have
don't,
ideas.
you might want to just start jotting down some different ideas for your book, character names, character
Basically,
descriptions,
from my
that
book,
kind of
I'm
stuff.
just going to like make a much longer version of Chocolate.
Jacques
Yeah.
Lenet.
Jacques Lenet.
Okay, so you can probably get through that part pretty quickly, and then you can move into sparking an idea, which is page 11. Maybe you know exactly the story you want to tell, or maybe you have no clue. We can help. Let's get this rollicking, wild, totally out there brainstorm session started. So this is talking about making a list of places and things that make you excited, inspired, or curious. And then writing down your novel ideas on the bottom. See, there's only a few lines, so it doesn't have to be really long. It can just be sort of like a writing prompt type thing, or like something quick. Or if you have some more ideas, you can write it in your notebook and like bullet points underneath it for different sections. And then this, we're not going to do today, but this will be the next thing where you just take 5 minutes and free write about you choose one of the novel ideas and just free write about it for 5 minutes. Okay, so we are done with our first day of NaNoWriMo, which I'm pleased with. I think that things are going to go well. The kids are not used to prep work when it comes to NaNoWriMo, so you heard them talk about how they already have some ideas. So that's great. We are going to continue working through that workbook. We only worked maybe maybe like 30 minutes, I guess, maybe 40 minutes after all of my intro talking and stuff. So we are just going to continue working through the workbook over the next several weeks and hopefully solidify some of our ideas. I want to participate in NaNoWriMo this year. I have no idea if that will actually work or not. I do have high hopes. I would love to write like a fantasy novel. I read a ton of fantasy, so that's probably why I'm drawn to it, but we will see if that actually happens. It's going to be a pretty busy October for us, so I know that I'm not going to have a ton of time to put into thought ahead of time as far as character development or plot points or any of that stuff. So I am going to be going in very, very unprepared. So we shall see how it goes, but my hope is that I can also participate while helping Jack, Emma, and Lucy to work on their own NaNoWriMo. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video, a little peek into how we are starting our NaNoWriMo prep for homeschool English and language arts. This will carry us really right through the end of the year, right through December. We write every day in November, and that is our main English and language arts for the month of November. And then we are in our winter break. So what we have done in the past is continue to work on our stories if we want to add more to our story, or if we want to start revising, or the kids really enjoy illustrating their books that they create, stories that they create. So that takes us right through December. Even though we are on our break, the kids don't look at it as school. They think they are on break and just doing something that they enjoy. So that works for us. There's all kinds of other resources. Again, I will have all of that stuff linked in the description box for you. You can get the workbook on Amazon if you don't want to print it out, or you can work off of the free PDF. It's the same thing. Or you can print it out yourself, of course, which is what I did. Yes, so again, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.